What if I told you that most people never lose because they're weak? They lose because they never understood the invisible rules that govern every room they walk into, every workplace, every friendship, every negotiation, every opportunity is shaped by forces most people never notice. While they focus on appearances, someone else is quietly influencing the outcome. The difference between those who constantly react to life and those who quietly shape it is rarely intelligence. It is awareness. Power is one of the most misunderstood forces in human life. Many imagine it belongs to the loudest voice, the highest position, or the strongest personality. Yet history tells a different story. Again and again, the individuals who left the deepest mark were not always the most gifted. They were the ones who understood themselves, understood people, and understood timing. They recognized patterns where others saw coincidence. They remained calm where others became emotional. They learned that influence begins long before words are spoken. These principles are not about manipulation or domination. They are about developing the clarity to navigate a complex world without becoming controlled by it. Because before you can understand power in the world around you, you must first master yourself before seeking power. The first and most important arena of power is not the world around you, but the world within you. A person who cannot govern his own emotions, impulses, fears, and desires will eventually become controlled by circumstances or by those who understand those weaknesses. Many people spend years trying to influence others while remaining strangers to themselves. They chase authority, recognition, and success without realizing that lasting influence begins with self-discipline. Every moment of patience strengthens judgment, every temptation resisted builds resilience, and every emotional reaction controlled protects your clarity. True power is revealed in the ability to remain calm when others panic, to think clearly when others react, and to make decisions based on wisdom rather than pride, anger, or temporary emotion. The stronger your inner discipline becomes, the less vulnerable you are to manipulation, distraction, or fear, allowing your actions to be guided by purpose instead of impulse. See human nature, not just human behavior. Most people judge others by what they say in public, but genuine understanding comes from observing what they consistently do in private and under pressure. Human behavior changes with circumstances, yet human nature follows patterns that reveal deeper motivations. Learn to notice repeated habits, emotional reactions, hidden ambitions, and the incentives that quietly influence decisions. Words can be carefully chosen to create an impression, but actions repeated over time expose true priorities. The person who studies these patterns develops the ability to anticipate outcomes instead of merely reacting to them. Rather than accepting appearances at face value, ask what drives people beneath the surface, what they fear losing, what they seek to gain, and how they behave when no reward or recognition is present. This level of observation sharpens judgment, reduces unnecessary surprises, and helps you navigate relationships with greater wisdom, discernment, and emotional clarity. Guard your reputation. Like a priceless asset, your reputation often enters a room before you do. People make judgments long before they know your abilities, and those judgments influence trust, opportunity, and influence. Build a reputation through consistency, reliability, and integrity rather than empty promises. Protect it by thinking carefully before acting and speaking with intention. A damaged reputation takes far longer to restore than it does to lose. Every decision either strengthens or weakens the image others associate with your name, making reputation one of the most valuable long-term investments you can cultivate. Control your emotions under pressure. Pressure reveals the level of mastery you truly possess. Anyone can remain composed when life is comfortable, but difficult moments expose character. Anger, fear, pride, and frustration often push people into decisions they later regret. Emotional discipline allows you to pause, evaluate the situation objectively, and respond with purpose instead of impulse. The person who stays calm while others become reactive gains a significant advantage because clear thinking survives where emotion clouds judgment. Composure is not weakness, but a quiet form of strength that protects your decisions and your future. Speak less. Observe more. People often reveal far more than they intend through their habits, reactions, and casual conversations. Those who constantly speak rarely notice the valuable information unfolding around them. By listening carefully and observing without rushing to respond, you begin to recognize patterns, motives, and hidden dynamics that others overlook. Silence creates space for understanding, while unnecessary words often expose your own intentions too soon. The ability to remain patient, ask thoughtful questions, and watch how people behave under different circumstances develops sharper judgment and gives you the insight needed to make wiser decisions in both personal and professional relationships. Master the art of timing and patience. Success is not determined only by what you do, but also by when you do it. A brilliant decision made too early or too late can lose much of its impact. Patience allows circumstances to reveal information that hurried action often misses. Instead of reacting to every opportunity or challenge immediately, learn to wait until the right moment becomes clear. Timing requires discipline because it often demands resisting the urge for instant results. Those who combine preparation with patience position themselves to act confidently when conditions align, turning ordinary opportunities into extraordinary advantages. Protect your attention. From distraction, attention is one of your most valuable resources because whatever consistently occupies your mind gradually shapes your future. The modern world is filled with endless distractions designed to steal your focus and scatter your energy. Every unnecessary interruption weakens momentum and delays meaningful progress. Learn to protect your attention by choosing carefully where your time, thoughts, and effort are invested. Focus on work that creates long-term value rather than chasing constant stimulation. A disciplined mind resists distractions, maintains clarity under pressure, and steadily builds the skills, knowledge, and influence that compound over time. Understand motives before making decisions. Every action is driven by a motive, whether it is openly expressed or carefully hidden. Wise decision makers look beyond words and examine incentives, patterns, and consistent behavior before placing trust in people or situations. Ask what someone stands to gain, what they fear losing, and how their actions align with their stated intentions. This habit reduces unnecessary surprises and strengthens your judgment. By understanding the motivations that influence behavior, you become less vulnerable to manipulation and more capable of making thoughtful decisions based on reality rather than assumptions or appearances. Adapt without compromising your principles. The world is constantly changing, and those who refuse to adapt often become trapped by outdated thinking. Flexibility is a strength when it applies to methods, strategies, and approaches, but your core values should remain steady. Learn to adjust to new circumstances without abandoning integrity or purpose. Every challenge presents an opportunity to refine your thinking and improve your decisions. The ability to remain open to change while staying grounded in your principles creates resilience, allowing you to navigate uncertainty with confidence instead of fear, and making your influence stronger over time. The greatest power is mastering yourself. Every lesson about influence ultimately points back to one truth. The person who governs themselves cannot be easily controlled by others. Self-mastery means managing your emotions, directing your attention, controlling your impulses, and acting according to reason rather than temporary feelings. It requires daily discipline, honest self-reflection, and the willingness to confront your own weaknesses before criticizing those of others. External success may earn admiration, but inner mastery creates lasting confidence that no circumstance can easily destroy. When you become the strongest influence over your own mind, your decisions begin reflecting wisdom instead of reaction. Every principle we've explored points toward one central truth. Lasting influence is never built on shortcuts, appearances, or temporary victories. It grows through disciplined thinking, emotional control, careful observation, patience, and an unwavering commitment to continuous growth. Your reputation becomes stronger when your actions consistently reflect your values. Your judgment becomes sharper when you study human nature instead of reacting to surface impressions. Your opportunities multiply when you protect your attention from distractions and wait patiently for the right moment to act. The people who shape history are rarely those who chase power for its own sake. They are those who develop wisdom that others overlook, cultivate resilience that others lack, and build character that remains steady when circumstances change. The greatest advantage you can ever possess is the ability to think clearly while others are ruled by emotion, to remain disciplined while others surrender to impulse, and to adapt without abandoning the principles that define who you are. When your inner world is governed by clarity instead of chaos, your decisions become more intentional, your influence becomes more authentic, and your success becomes far more sustainable. Remember this: when you become the strongest influence over your own mind, your decisions begin reflecting wisdom instead of reaction. If this video challenged the way you think, subscribe and join a community dedicated to mastering psychology, strategy, discipline, and personal growth. Every new video is designed to help you think more clearly, act more deliberately, and build lasting influence. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Which principle do you believe gives a person the greatest advantage in life? Self-mastery, emotional control, patience, or understanding human nature? Tell me why.